to say that you guys started with a great date, because today is my wife and I's 17-year anniversary. And fortunately for me, out of her great love for me on this great date, she allowed me to be here. So, Christina, because I know we're filming this, I love you and thank you for 17 years. 10 of the best years of my life, I swear. She says 9, so we're all right. If you are on the edge of abyss looking down, there's only one progressive step that you can make. Backwards. Back to the values and the virtues that made our state and our country great. Looking circumspectly at where we are today, with a dogged determination in designing and planning on where we are going tomorrow. Not striving for success, but building steadily value off of the values that our forefathers gave to us. Knowing full well that we definitely have not arrived, but we must leave the dock. Florida needs a bold plan. Leaving our present model of bureaucracy and status quo, and delving into entrepreneurial government. Florida needs a bold plan, and I need you. In this time we face, I believe, our greatest temptation. Morally, ethically, culturally. And this is one time that we can't stand down. We all have to stand up. Taking together the new and the used, the old and the more mature. Taking out, at this particular time, the same set of scissors that we've used at our own home to trim our budget. The same set of scissors that we've used in our own businesses to trim our budget. Taking those scissors to Tallahassee with common sense. Because I believe wholeheartedly in this state, and the people in it, and the capacity for growth, even through this most difficult time. As the first Republican mayor elected to the City of Key West mayoral position since Reconstruction, I have practical experience to apply proven leadership with the ability to build the needed bridges from Key West to Miami. But not a bridge to nowhere. Bridges with purpose, understanding the needs of each and every one of our local communities. In my last 18 months as mayor, I was able to acquire $18 million for our city. Taking those dollars and applying it to our senior citizens, where now we have a fortified, hardened structure that's fully generated. So if we get those little disturbing storms, our seniors can be well rested. Taking into account what we need for our nearshore water systems. Looking at the dilemma of affordable housing. Working at economic development. Being part of the first, the Oriskany, and now the Vandenberg. Most incredible underwater museums in the United States of America. Our state needs a bold plan, and I need you. As mayor, after 3 weeks in office, we got hit by Hurricane Wilma. We experienced over $500 million worth of damage. And yet within 45 days, I was able to lead us to recovery. It's unique being the mayor of any municipality of Princeton. Because what happens is, under an executive order, the mayor doesn't need the council to make decisions. But I held our council anyways, because we all need each other. And we need the wisdom that comes from the young, the more mature. As a City of Key West mayor, I know what it's like to make incredibly difficult decisions. Because it is absolutely right to say that the state of Florida has to cut. It can no longer make mules of us all. And it has to cut in manners and means that truly do not affect our core service areas. As the mayor of the city of Key West, in my tenure, I had to cut over 100 positions. Has anybody been to the city of Key West lately? You won't experience any less service. We had to take on the unions. We had to take on everything that goes with it. And today, the state of Florida needs to take on the unions and everything that goes with it. And I believe in classroom accountability, but I believe that the classroom also has to have accountability. I believe that students have to be accountable and parents have to be accountable. Those are the values that have made our great nation. We can practically apply these same cutting principles in Tallahassee so that, yes, we can make the cuts that are needed and still as a great state grow. We can make sure that we can boast as a state as having the lowest corporate tax structure ever. Encourage new business. And we can't stop projects because there are projects that are out there such as the Oriskany and the Vandenberg that create economic stimulus. Or we can use public funds to create funds that lighten the burden for everybody else. Infrastructure is very important. The state of Florida depends upon trade, our greatest asset. We need to learn how to unrestrict and create greater passageways so that our hub, the state ports, will have less onerous restrictions by federal and state mandates for security and other reasons that keep us from building that great industry. Florida needs a bold plan, and I need you. There is a storm, but every storm passes. And like Louise May Alcott says, I'm not afraid of a storm, for I'm just beginning to learn to sail my ship. We all have a lot to learn. We all can learn from each other. It's this time, like all times, that can be incredibly good if we but know what to do with them. Like Abe Lincoln says, you cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading today. We must think as people of action and act as people of thought. I need you to think and act. I need your vote. Florida needs a bold plan because we need to take on that Philistine that sits in this seat. Thank you, Northern McPherson.